Imagine, your full-time job is to pilot a flying robot using VR goggles and what's basically a video game controller, and getting paid good money to do it. From working with dream brands to soaring across some of the world's most magnificent landscapes, I've turned FPV drones into a career that has allowed me to travel, connect, and create magic. But not long ago, things were very different. Behind the dream job lies a world of struggles and sacrifices I haven't gotten to share. So through my 6+ years in the creative industry, let's break down what it really takes to become a professional FPV drone pilot and a full-time creative. And if you manage to stick through, I'll be sharing some secrets that will help you land your first big jobs. First, let me give you some context. Being pretty lost after high school, I applied to university, mostly to make my parents happy. I managed to get into UC Santa Barbara's film program. Not because that's what I wanted to do, but because my sorry ass got rejected from every other school. They basically took pity on me and accepted me into film as my second choice. So, I naively thought, I'll ace my classes, get my degree, and go apply to be a director at Disney or something. And it wasn't until halfway through college that I learned a diploma doesn't prepare you for how the industry actually works. It's not about your grades or even your degree. It's about your portfolio, the kind of person you are, and the people that you know. Once I learned this, I was scrambling. I was driving down and up to LA every single week, helping on sets, making my own videos, and trying as many things as I could. Short films, dance videos, skits, you name it. And most of them weren't it. In 2019, I graduated with nothing to my name but some cringe student films and a mountain of rejected job applications. I moved back in with my mom, feeling like a failure. When one night, my doom scroll was interrupted by one video that caught my eye. It was a clip from a video game where a camera was unrealistically tracking a car. Except, it wasn't a video game. Wait, this is real? Time slowed down. My jaw was on the floor and I couldn't comprehend how this was possibly shot in real life. So I dove further into the creator's page. Johnny FPV. Wow, FPV? What is this? So on New Year's Eve, I made a promise to myself. Somehow, some way, I was going to learn this and become one of the best to do it. But back then, starting FPV wasn't as easy as buying one and flying. You had to build one yourself. So I threw myself down the rabbit hole. I watched tons of Joshua Bardwell and any FPV video I could find. But without being able to actually talk with someone, it was still so confusing. Until one day, calling for help on a Facebook group page, a pilot responded. His name was Adriel. Agreeing to link at a taco stand on a Tuesday night, Adriel brought all his gear to show me. It was my first time seeing an FPV drone in real life, and it only further confirmed my excitement. He then invited me to a fly day with his other FPV friends, a ragtag group of kids. Kids who had somehow found their way into FPV before they'd even finished high school. Meeting these guys changed everything for me. Generously and patiently, they shared their knowledge and were there for me whenever I got stuck. After hundreds of dollars spent on parts, more JB tutorials, countless questions, and fumes of solder inhaled, I was able to build my first ever FPV drone. The TBS Source 1 with a DJI FPV air unit. Drone in hand, I had a couple of hours in the simulator and I felt ready to take on the world. In reality, I was ready to take on more builds. Shoot. Despite the simulator time I had, I realized quickly I needed to keep practicing. So I went out with the boys every weekend and I flew by myself every single day. Those guys taught me so much and they filled my heart. I honestly miss those times when we just sneak into an empty parking lot on a Sunday, eat pizza, fly our hearts out, and that's all there was. After one straight year of training, my flying was getting decent. I wanted to move the drone somewhere, and for the most part, it would. At the same time, I was doing what I had been the last couple years, continuing to make videos. FPV was such a new, fun thing for me. I didn't care if people thought I was bad or not. And to be honest, that carefree sharing is what laid the foundation for my my success as a creator. It's whenever I share the most freely that I notice the most growth in my platforms and in myself. And I see this being proved over and over by the most successful creators I look up to. So if there's anything that you take from this video, please let it be this. Share freely and you will grow. And as I shared my practice footage, people started noticing, and some even chose to take a chance on me. 1 year in, my photography friend Jane referred me to my first paid FPV job. Having only flown for fun, I was nervous as hell to be offered an actual job. But I had put in the time and could control my drone much better than a couple months prior. On top of that, this is where my background in film and video really started to shine. I was able to take my base knowledge of filmmaking and combine it with FPV to provide a new level of quality. Overall, I did decently, and I got paid decently too. It wasn't perfect, but it proved something important, that the free flights I'd done, the videos I'd made, the work I was putting in, it was finally starting to pay off. And if you're in that phase now, where you've got the passion, you've been putting in the reps, but are still trying to figure out how to make it a living, that's exactly why I'm introducing Creator Takeoff. It's my live mentorship program for a small group of FPV creatives who are serious about going pro. Not just flying better, but learning how to build a lifelong brand and landing dream jobs doing meaningful, fulfilling work. So if that sounds like what you're looking for, join the waitlist in the description below. The next round is opening very soon, and I'd love to have you on the inside. Now, back to the story. Getting my first paid FPV gig was a huge milestone for me. After a couple more people reached out and a few more completed gigs, I felt on top of the world. 2 years after I'd started FPV, I believed I was ready for the big leagues. At least, so I believed. I found myself driving to LA multiple times a week for different gigs. One night after a straight week of overnight shoots, my exhausted ass fell asleep at the wheel. I dozed off and came from the freeway over there, ended up crashing right here.
You lucky, man. You see that tree right there?
Yeah.
Oh, you just missed that thing. You missed
Fuck.
it, dude, by like inches.
Sorry about your fans.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. We're just lucky. We're happy you're okay.
Commuting back and forth so much, I figured it was time to move. And I felt ready. I started reaching out to everyone, letting them know I was arriving and ready for work. I even boldly reached out to one of my dream brands, DJI, to see if they would be willing to collaborate. And when I finally made the big move, I was greeted by crickets. Throughout the next year, I got humbled hard. I wasn't getting enough work. There were gigs I weren't ready for. I underperformed, I made mistakes, I missed shots. The honeymoon phase of FPV felt over. It was a really discouraging time. Through this rough patch, patience became my toughest teacher. It was painful accepting that some things were just going to take longer than I wanted. This only left me with two options: give up or keep going. So I continued. I kept practicing, I filmed for free, I improved my systems, and over time, through every flight, I earned more and more people's trust. I also learned that in order to stand out, it wasn't just about flying anymore. I had to learn how to build a brand, run a business, and nurture relationships. Day by day, month by month, things started to change. As I continued to push, each mediocre day and flopped video began to compound off one another. I'd agreed to free or low-paying work, and I'd meet someone. And by investing into these relationships, I'd occasionally get hired to do something cool. I started meeting great people, making videos for their businesses, and sharing the process online. And eventually, some of those videos took off. One of the relationships I treasure nurturing the most was with my dream team I've looked up to since high school. Vibrancy, a production company based in Los Angeles. And because I so eagerly and consistently offered my skills to them, I've been able to grow and work with them on some of my favorite jobs ever, including with Netflix, Red Rocks Amphitheater, and recently, even Japan. And in 2024, after years of continuing to put in the work, DJI finally hit me back. In the spring, they invited me to work on a campaign they thought I'd be a great addition to, the launch of the DJI Avata 2. Using their gear since day one of my FPV journey, it was such a full circle moment. It's still not always easy. Each day presents new challenges, highs and lows.
Oh, shit.
But I am proud to say this. Today, I am a full-time creative. I fly FPV professionally, capturing shots only few are capable of getting in a style even less can imitate. I make content like this to share my experience and try to be for you what Adriel and the boys were for me. I'm forever a student, each day continuing to grow in storytelling, health, business, and creativity. And what makes it all the more special is this. Even now, with this being my profession, something I depend on for my livelihood, I still get to have fun with it. I get to travel the world, connect with amazing people, and create work that feels like play. And yes, sometimes the journey can be terrifying, extreme, exhausting, sometimes downright heartbreaking. But to go through the process, to me, that is real fulfillment. And it's worth every ounce of what it takes.